We have some major updates of mixed martial arts. Starting with the news, Justin confirms his UFC return date. After getting injured during a fight at UFC 300 against Holloway, Justin finally seems ready to make his comeback. In a recent interview, he confirmed that he will fight in the UFC in March 2025. He said, "I told the UFC I want to fight in March. It could be anytime next year, I guess. We'll see, but March is good for me." Justin also shuts down the fight offer from Dustin Poirier. A few days ago, Dustin expressed his desire to have a trilogy fight with Justin for his last bout, but it seems Justin isn't interested. He has declined the fight.
Well, speaking of Dustin Poirier, he said he's got one more fight next. Who do you think that opponent should be?
I mean, I don't know. Could be anybody. It could be me. Could be anybody. Obviously, we fought twice, so it makes sense, but no idea what's going to happen.
Do you need to feel satisfied for your career to have that trilogy fight with him?
No, I don't. No. Well, he knocked me out. I knocked him out. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm sure that it's a little bit more bitter for him since I was the last one to win, but it doesn't matter.
UFC official Cameraman shares what it's like shooting inside the octagon. Take a look. So, UFC 307 has finally wrapped up, with Alex Pereira knocking down Khalil in round 4. Here's how Jamahal will react. Dana White also has some words for Alex win.
There's no doubt. What this guy has done is unbelievable. Not just in, if you want to compare, and the way he's done it. The way he's done it. I mean, this guy destroys everybody.
It seems like Alex struggled a lot for Khalil Rountree fight. After winning his fight against Khalil, Alex shared his experience during the press conference, explaining how painful this fight was for him. Alex revealed that the fight camp was very difficult for him. He was on antibiotics, faced passport issues, had a sore throat, and also dealt with a rib injury.
Sinceramente, eu tenho muito orgulho de mim hoje.
Yeah, the fight was really tough, but only my team really knows how tough this camp was. I went through a lot of stuff that nobody really knows about. So I was in Brazil about over a month ago. I had some problems with my visa. I was going over to the consulate every single day trying to see if my passport was ready to be picked up. Finally made it back to the US, spent about a week in Connecticut, been here for 3 weeks. In that meantime, I was on antibiotics. I had a fever. I had a bad throat, and a lot of things happened. Also, going back when I was in Brazil, I hurt my rib. There's an injury that I had about a year ago, and it came back. So that was also something that I was dealing with. And then when I came here, my throat was still bad. Went to the doctor. Had another round of antibiotics. I even recorded a video at the time that, I say in the video that I would show it if I won. So we can put that out at some point. But, I went through a lot. And also the ligament in my toe that was hurt for UFC 300, that came back. So there's a lot of things that I went through in this camp. And, it was a tough fight, but it was a tough lead up to this fight. And I actually feel really proud of myself at this moment.
Joaquin Buckley calls out Kamaru Usman after recent win against Stephen Thompson. During the Octagon call-out, Buckley named Usman as his next opponent and then said he would go for the title.
Look, I feel like I need to fight one more before I fight for the belt, and I love Belal, man. I'm gonna let you handle that with Shot. But Usman, get your out here in the Octagon, man. Everybody want to see that fight. Let's go. I'm gonna put my 5-0 record up against your 3-0 losses, and let's get it. Let's see who's gonna win.
Chael Sonnen gives his take on Diddy's party. Take a look.
If Diddy is doing some really weird things, like if you're a weirdo, you must advertise it to meet other weirdos. And if you're throwing parties and these people are trying to come and they've heard about it and they've got a good idea of what's going on, whatever he's doing, and if it does go back a period of time, I will be interested in Aegis. It is the hottest drama out there, and I gotta tell you, I enjoy the whole thing until I read about the minor. That changes things. If they did that to Bieber or they did it to any kid that was under 18, man, the rules are completely different.
Diddy's got cameras. I mean, this stuff has got to be well documented. I think the amount of witnesses that were at these parties are going to be staggering. And I think there's going to be a lot of finger pointing. I don't think we've seen anything yet, bro.
I fully agree with you, and you do wonder how high it goes. Like, is this just pertain to media people who went on to become entertainers or A-level celebs or even media moguls, or does it spill over, like Epstein, to people that are sitting in positions of power right now?
Belal Muhammad again calls out Sean Strickland for a fight. Ever since Belal became champ, he's been saying he wants to fight Sean Strickland. In a recent interview, Belal straight up said Sean doesn't deserve a title shot right now. He thinks Sean needs to prove himself in another fight first. Belal believes that Robert Whittaker deserves the title shot more, but he's still interested in fighting Sean.
Because Sean definitely doesn't deserve a middleweight title fight right now. I think he needs one more win. So let's try to give it to him. Dana, come on, sign us up.
Who's deserving of the middleweight title fight against Dricus du Plessis?
I would think the winner of Hamzat and Whittaker, right? They're both riding high right now, and I think the winner of that fight makes the most sense. Strickland really didn't look good with 155 teep kicks his last fight, and then he said, I earned it. You didn't really earn it. Like, Whittaker's working his way back up, and he's fighting the Hamzat, who people were sleeping on. He beat Kamaru Usman, and he took that fight on a couple days' notice, switch up of opponents. That's always hard, but I think that one makes really the most sense for middleweight.
Dana White dropped a big hint about Alex Pereira's next fight. So recently, during an interview, Dana talked about Alex's potential next fight, and Dana said Magomed Ankalaev might be Alex's next opponent. Currently, Ankalaev set to fight Alexander Rakic at UFC 308. Dana reveals if Ankalaev puts on a good performance at UFC 308, his next fight is 100% going to be against Alex. Listen to what he actually revealed.
I don't remember exactly what the timing of that was, but we didn't make a fight. At the time we made the Khalil Roundtree fight, Ankalaev already had a fight. Listen, Ankalaev's ranked number 2. He goes out and puts on an unbelievable performance, and Alex is still the champion, then he's next.
Sean Strickland seems really upset about having to fight for a championship in a foreign country where he feels like he isn't wanted. Strickland thinks the government there doesn't like him. In a recent tweet, he wondered if the UFC is serious or just joking when they want him to promote freedom. Basically, he's sharing his discomfort about the whole situation and highlighting how ironic it is. He made statement regarding this. He wrote, UFC event planning. I have a great idea. Let's send Sean to go fight for a championship in foreign country where the government absolutely hates him. UFC, are you with me, or are you trying to tell me you want me to spread freedom? I wonder at times. According to this statement, it seems like Sean is a bit scared about going to those countries. In the past, Sean has made some controversial statements regarding these countries, which might be the reason for his feeling.